Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. I am ready to budget out my second paycheck of July. This is a magic month for me, so I am anxious to see how much extra I can put towards debt. So if you like this type of content, budgeting, cash planning, debt payoff journey, all of the details, all of the tea, shall we say, then I encourage you to stick around and hit the subscribe button, and let's jump right on into it. Okay, guys, so I was able to see, if you remember me telling you that my annual raise comes in July, and it's usually either like, if it's a magic month, it's usually like the last paycheck of July, or it could be the second paycheck of July. Well, it fell on the second paycheck of July. And so what they do is all of the days that this paycheck is in June is one paycheck, and then everything starting July 1st and after is a separate paycheck. So I had one paycheck, but it deposited two separate times. So the total amount for this paycheck was $1,894.23. And I was not sure what the raise would look like. I still want to see what the third paycheck of July will look like and kind of see there. But I have a feeling that, of course, it's a good thing, but it will help me pay off my debt just a little bit faster. Part-time, I need to check this. I'm not sure if I got a raise on this one or not. It was $901.40. And then other is my children. They're going to give me their $60 for their cell phone. So all in all, we are working with $2,855.63. Okay, so over here in my fixed expenses, now keep in mind, everybody's budget is different and you need to find the system that works for you. But there are some things that do fluctuate that I keep in my fixed column. And then there are some things that currently at the moment, the amount does not change that I put in my variable section. So my mortgage is $618. I split this in half amongst two paychecks. Thankfully, this month is a magic month. So my third paycheck, I will not need to set this money aside. Navient is $133. And then this YouTube subscription is $11.95. Mohila is the other student loan, and we set $222 aside. And then for cell phone, we do $92, $32 for me, and then each children theirs is $30. And then the MyFICO app is $39.95. And I forgot to say, it is covering the dates of July 15th through the 28th. And I'm trying to get to the calendar view. So everything, these are where my bills fall. Everything in the yellow is what we are focusing on and what we're paying. And then all of these will be the third paycheck of July. Okay, so my total expenses for my fixed column we're working with $1,116.90. And I'm going to subtract that from my income. So we have $1,738.73 remaining. So when I come over here to my variable expenses, my Discover, they give you like the bare minimum that you have to pay because like that's how they make money is interest, right? My minimum for myself is $400 each paycheck. This is, when I calculated this several months ago, this was what I needed bare minimum to pay this off before the interest hit. The interest comes back in February of 2027. So this amount should get me paid off at the end of December, but then anything extra beyond that helps me to pay it off early. Okay, so $400 For my Discover, therapy and medication, I'm not budgeting anything for right now. And then groceries, I am bumping this up just $20. So $10 each week. So we're going to do $180. Home will still be the same. That's $10 a paycheck. And then fuel is $100 a pay, or I keep saying a paycheck, a week. I get paid bi-weekly, but I stuff my wallet and my sinking funds weekly. Spending is $40, so that's $20 each week. And then eating out is $60, so that is $30 each week. And then miscellaneous is $10, which is $5 each week. And then we are going to put $10 towards our buffer since we had a little extra come in. So my variable expenses, we have $920. So if I subtract that from my remaining $1,738.73, we now have $818.73. And if you look over here at the budgeted section, the remaining that I was planning on having was $668. So that's going to be a lot extra that I can put towards my debt. So home maintenance, we have $75. That is automatic transfer, out of sight, out of mind. It happens literally today. This is the day before my check hits the bank. So that money is taken out. And the same with Ally, it is $10. Sinking funds, I have lowered the contribution amount from my budget. I used to do $450, so that was $225 each paycheck. I am doing $230, so that's $115 each week. Gosh, I need to figure that out. Words are hard. Not each paycheck. $450 each paycheck, but I would stuff $225 each week. I am now doing $115 each week. And then anything, when you see my cash planning videos, I unstuff any spending from the previous week. And then any money that's left over, I then add further to the $115 to bump up my sinking fund contribution. That's how I'm using that money, because this amount also includes my 6-month premium to my car insurance and some annual subscriptions. So the $115 doesn't solely go to sinking funds. I say maybe 34-ish is towards sinking funds. And then the rest are for other things that are in my sinking funds that are kind of like fixed bills, right? So I say all that to say we're doing $230. So if I have $1873 here, I'm going to subtract 75 and 10 and 230. So that is an extra $503.73 that I am putting towards this Discover card. 503. So that is $903 that I'm putting towards my Discover card. And I'm actually thankful for that, because while that seems like a lot, really come the middle of August, it's gonna wash itself out, because I found out I have a dentist appointment in the first week of August and I have to get a crown. And so that's like $545 that I have to pay. So that's kind of like where that's going. We'll see what the third paycheck of July looks like, but and I think I go more in depth in my August setup about the appointment and all of that good jazz. Okay, so we have $818.73, and so that's going to be $0. So that is my quick little budget closeout with where I put all my money. And I only do this because I know that I budget low, or I try to budget low. So when my checks come in higher, I can see truly what extra amount I can put towards debt, or if something has come up between the time that I budgeted last week and the time that my check hits the bank, I might need to factor in something else, some other expense. And so this is why I budget, pre-plan, and then I do my closeout. That just what works for me. That may not work for everybody. People may not want to budget until they actually get their check, and then they do it that way. again, find what works for you. But that is all that I have for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and I will see you in a later video. Bye.